Hey there everyone and welcome to another Near Monsters video. I'm sorry that I haven't made a video for the last 2 or 3 months. I've just been super busy with things, but I'm really happy to be back. And this is the time attack wormhole battles that happened fairly recently. Now, ironically, I actually used Nectar to do these battles early so I could record them immediately and make a video while it was still out. But then I didn't have time to make the video. So anyway, this was me doing these battles with a slightly different strategy to what I normally use. So if you know my previous wormhole videos, I like to use the Nova Drake and Rage combo. I've done some other stuff, I've used Purpies and things. This time I was like, you know what, I'm going to create a different team. I'm going to use Poison. So I'm using a Link Fire Poison team, which you can see here, combines Poison them all at the beginning, with also a team turn in there to very quickly kill the enemies. That first battle was just, super easy. The first couple usually are. This second battle just has a load of rock things. These are actually the special rocks in their first form. I was surprised that Giga Blaze didn't kill them. I didn't realise they were going to be that tanky. So I definitely should have done double Poison Eater. But obviously this was a first try. I didn't know what I was doing, so I just did that. Magma Gund is just insanely good with this Link double Poison Eater, killing everything and also poisoning all the enemies as they come in. So yeah, I'm just able to keep sweeping these enemies. I've got 3 the Rockoids at the back, but they've just been stunned because my, whatever it's called, I can't remember now, Gorga Drake? Yeah, Gorga Drake just died. So yeah, I'm going to be using poison throughout all of these battles, trying to figure out how I can defeat them. The third and the fifth one, I think, were the hardest ones I found this time. So going in with the third, there's a lot of enemies in this which have immunity to stun, sleep. They've got powerful entrance effects. There's some camouflage in here, and you can see there's 14 monsters to get through because Cannon Shogun summons 2 more right at the beginning. So this is quite tricky to get through, and I decided to try using Bastia to tackle the entrance effects. It also meant my Tragican didn't trigger at this point to give a turn to Cannon Shogun, because Cannon Shogun, as you can imagine, against Link Fire, it's pretty brutal. So yeah, this is me attempting it this way, and yeah, it should be well, tricky to get through just because there's so many of these monsters. Triple Poison Eater though is amazing, and I can't remember now if I've got team turn. We'll see if Mechavarthan shows up. Karakenshi not dying to that was surprising. I really thought it was going to, and at this point I was like, do I hit it with my Bastia? And I decided to sacrifice. I could have sacrificed the previous turn, and I really should have. I kind of forgot why I had Bastia around, and I forgot that there's a load of entrances at the end of the enemy team. But I also thought Bastia being in the team right there, when Molten Pede also isn't doing anything, I just wouldn't have enough sweeping. So I needed to bring Flareburn in. So at this point, Molten Pede can get rid of the Goldoid, which is quite nice. Now I've got the choice of, do I go for the Poison Eater on Elmodius? Decide to instead go for the Swift Double Poison Eater, getting rid of the Karakenshi before it kills something. Both the Dreamy Entrances come in now and put 2 of my monsters to sleep. This is when I was like, oh, I wish I had Bastia. But luckily the instant poison gas removes those sleeps immediately. So Mamagund absorbs that stun very nicely, and it's very tight now. We've got 16 seconds to go. I was trying to figure out how best to do this. I definitely could do this. What I need to do is skip Poison Eater and then do a double Poison Eater on the other 2, because I can't kill the Revenarchium because that's going to create the egg, but I didn't have enough time. I think if I'd been a little bit tighter with moves earlier on, I could have done that, but yeah, it's very close. So then I had the smart idea of, why don't I just bring in Wraith Host? And then I realised this team that I've been using, which I was using for a bit before the Wormholes too, I was like, why didn't I think of Wraith Host as a way to get rid of Molten Pede? That is just ideal. So I get rid of the Stun Converter here. So now I can just stun them by 160 seconds with the Molten Pede and also the Stunning Entrance from Tragican. And from here, it's looking really good. I've got all my sweepers set up. I've still got the Link Fire, and I've got the immunity to stun. The Dreamy Entrances will be annoying when they come in. I can't remember exactly how that's going to line up, but with the enemies out of play, I've got all the turns I could want to kill through the enemies. So here I'm going to get rid of the shield on Garumurai. It doesn't have a turn for a while, and I could have gone for the Swift Sleep Double Killer or whatever it's called. I can't remember what it's called on Tragican, but I decided not to. I went for the Triple Poison Eater because I don't think it was actually strong enough to kill these reasonably buffed enemies, or at least it would have been quite tight, so better to just kill things off when I could there. So I killed a couple of enemies there, and now I'm going to do the Bloodthirst on Emeraldius. It was a bit of a risk, because if the Dreamy Entrance hit my Gorga Wing, then I wouldn't have been able to do this Bloodthirst. But, you know, this is just how it played out. And then I get really lucky here because Catmander wakes up my Wraith Host. So now I'm desperately trying to figure out what's the best way to kill off these enemies. I get rid of Catmander here, which it doesn't look that efficient, but my plan is I'm going to get rid of the Sweet Feather, and it's going to be a stylish finish with Glory Onyx killing my Death Revenge and, you know, killing itself off. So that's how it plays out. So yeah, not the smoothest victory, and I could have done a little bit better. But putting Wraithhost in the team was definitely a smart plan, and I have no idea why I didn't think of that earlier. So here we have, this was first attempt on this one, so not a good setup, having a load of poison monsters when there's a Padronorca there. But yeah, luckily he goes for my Gorga Wing, which is ideal because his Avioronyx comes in, and that has Payback Killer, so would have killed the Gorga Wing anyway. So yeah, the AI not playing well. So now I need to get rid of this Padronorca. I'm going to get another turn before the Penguinator gets a turn. So I'll be able to backbite the Molten at that point, even if I wasn't going to just kill it here now. This enemy team I didn't find particularly tough because they've got a lot of slow monsters. So these Sage Rooms are just super slow, and they're kind of annoying to deal with because they can blood clone and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, we're building a team to do this particular battle, so it's very easy to take advantage of the fact that they're slow monsters. You can see I'm setting up the team turn by skipping, and all my sweepers are ready to go, you know, just killing off these enemies very easily. So we can clear through these in plenty of time, I think. We've still got like 50 seconds, and we only need like a couple more moves, so it'll be easy. So I didn't find this one too hard, but if you weren't, you know, if you didn't have sweepers you can just kill the enemies over and over with, it probably would have been quite tricky. Those Chronoceroses probably have the Summon Guardians too, so it would just, you know, there'd just be way too many enemies if things got out of hand. So the final battle, a load of mythics, and it's kind of funny seeing these together because Aetherian stops that stun pulse from doing anything, and then Hushin is just terrible, so all it does is just this Bloodthirst at the beginning, unless you happen to have the same number of monsters as they do. And then Bastia, I always like to keep Bastia alive when it's an enemy team because it cancels all their entrances. So since this was my first attempt, you can see I'm using the same team as I did the last two battles. I'm just looking to see, you know, I don't know what the enemies are that are going to come in. So I'm keeping Bastia alive for now because it's probably going to help me. But we'll see what happens. So these gummy dragons are ridiculously tanky. A triple poison eater just got completely tanked there. Luckily though I can give turn and you know, do another one. I've got to backbite the Wraith Host. If you wondered why I didn't attack with Mabagund, it's because I didn't have Link Fire at the time. So now I do a second triple poison eater, and we'll see what comes in. It's a couple of Momos. Oh dear, they are stupidly tanky. So I attack a little too quickly without realizing that one of the Momos is actually the Protector version, and that blocked the attack on Bastia. I really wanted to hit Bastia there, so that's messed me up a bit. I definitely should have attacked the Protector plus Bastia, and then, you know, taken down the Momo afterwards, the stun counter Momo afterwards, or actually, I would have needed to kill both, but anyway, you know what I mean. And then at the back here, there are 4 Ami Tyrants. Crazy. Yeah, they've all got Mirror Revenge, and so if you kill them, then you are giving them extra monsters. So I panic here at the end, trying to figure out how best to do this, and I'm like, I don't want to triple poison eater and give them 3 Tridrocans, because then I've got to kill those 3 Tridrocans. So I thought what I'll do is I'll kill one, and then I'll kill the monster that enters with my Flare Vern, then give turn, do the triple poison eater on the other 3 Ami Tyrants. But I forgot that they have Ascension, so they got purified as soon as I killed one, so I couldn't do it. So this is redone with a team that's actually built to do this battle. And yeah, my team does amazingly on this. I'm really proud of it. So again, it's very easy to make those first 2 monsters just like not do anything. And then the Aetherian likes to use Time Warp. So what happens is you can just charge any 100-second pass move, which Pumpkin has instant Poison Typhoon. So I've got these poison monsters here. Like I said, I'm trying to do the whole all the wormhole battles with poison. So I got to use Pumpkin and just go straight off with that Poison Massacre. Then follow it up with a double Poison Eater. You can see Epidemic is charged on Atlan Tyrant. I'm not planning to use that yet. If you hadn't thought of it yet, my plan is, well, before Magatsuo died, was either with Magatsuo or Atlan Tyrant to use their moves which kill all poison monsters on the battlefield to get rid of those Ammo Tyrants without actually triggering their Mirror Revenge. So it's not quite how it happened, but the Atlan Tyrant's still alive, so that's what I'm going to use for it. And I was able to do the the Retribution on Wilhelmina. Sorry, what I meant there was the team turn on Wilhelmina was the plan. That I was going to use Pumpkin's Poison Massacre, the other high second moves, and then do the team turn to bring them back in to kill off the other enemies, and it worked beautifully. Only about 1 minute 20 to do that battle, and there's lots of enemies I had to kill off there. So that was this particular time on the wormholes. A little easier than other times, but definitely lots of fun. I'd highly recommend using poison. It's definitely a good strategy for time attack, if you have the right monsters for it, and you can build a team like the ones which I had in this video. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the videos soon.